Mr. Frantantoni.
Mr. Mayor, I know you got on the table the Firehouse renovations up on Franklin Avenue, but there's, in the past 2 weeks, we've heard some crazy things going on there. For example, the bathroom, we understand that a barn door was installed to a bathroom entrance, which is not privacy, and then they took it down. So, the other letter I have that the the contractor sent to our architect, a whole list of things that he says in there, that he did it without asking approval from the architect. So
We're talking about the firehouse on Franklin.
on Franklin Avenue, the main firehouse.
Mr. Tucci is meeting with the architect, the developer, the fire chief, I believe
Fire chief
tomorrow.
and the town engineer tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
All right, so I hope, if you're not taking off the table tonight, I hope you look into that, because that's another case of our tax dollars going out the window. And I still maintain the law that says you can't exceed a contract by more than 20% without going out to rebid or taking something. That thing went 40.5% over budget, from 94,000 to 132,000. So do your homework and ask some hard questions, and let's get some of that money back.
I see that, still and yet is the resolution on the table is for the pending meeting now for the firehouse, the main firehouse. And as Mr. Frantantoni pointed, it's more than 40% over budget, and it should go out to bid again. And I'd just like to know how that got authorized and who authorized it, that brought it to the council at the last meeting that I attended when you were considering it. Manager Tucci said that he was not here during that time, that process, and there was a question as to how that got authorized that resulted in that large number. Does anybody on the council, mayor through the chair, have any idea how that was authorized?
No, I don't, but I know Mr. Tucci is looking into it now.
All right, because I'm very curious to see how it got.
Chair, I thought there was one that you did.
There was one
One that
that
you
was
did
one change
approve.
order.
There was
There was
one
one
change
change
order
order
that got approved a while
Got
back.
approved for like
So-
19,000.
Yeah.
But the other
It was like
50,000,
13,000.
we didn't see that.
Well, that's my understanding. How did we
one
get to
change order.
40%?
Only one change order was approved by us.
All right, but now we're talking a much larger number, and I was just wondering how that got to come to
That's
pass.
what we're
That's why it's
negotiation now with the.
Mayor, if I might, Mr. Magley, only the mayor and council can enter into a contract or modify a contract.
That's
So
my understanding.
that's the law. So change orders 2, 3, and 4 are what we will be discussing and getting to the bottom of who actually authorized it and whether or not they were authorized properly.
And
Right, but
in so doing,
nothing is proper until the mayor and council accepts the change order.
I appreciate that. And so ultimately, as you review those change orders and ultimately account for who it is that might have authorized it, I would assume, or I would hope, that you would bring it down below the threshold and so that you don't have to go back out to bid, which is the concern of our council. And that's really the only thing I have.
Thank you, Jeff.
Okay, you're welcome.